Hello, 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 hello. It's me, finally, after a 10-minute delay and unplugging and replugging in my Switch 30 times. I'm here. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, we are in for yet another night. This is what now, like the third night in a row that we're here for. Process of elimination. So, if you can see, I'm pretty far in, okay? I'm about 21 hours in, give or take a little bit. The goal is to finish this week, okay? That's the goal. The reality, I'm not sure what the reality will be, but I do know that is the goal of this week. Your favorite process of elimination streamer. Yeah, that's literally all I stream anymore. So that's what I'm going to be playing with in mind. As always, if I manage to get to like the end of a investigation or something in one stream, I'll probably stop there just so I don't stop on like a cliffhanger, because I'm in cliffhangers on every other game I'm playing, so I feel like I owe it to you guys to not allow that to happen here. Okay? We've got to see this one through until the end, completely. But let's get into it. I've got a drink. I've got literally just a drink. That's it. And it's like half empty since I was sipping on it before stream. I'm always woefully unprepared though. So what's new? What's new? We can do this, bros. I know. I believe in us. I believe in the Berry bros. Workaholic detective's an old hand around here. I'm sure he could handle opening and closing a few secret paths. He might have used this passage when he brought me into the labyrinth too. Let's go, and keep an eye out for traps. We proceed with caution down this new route that appeared at the end of the passage the white SPX emerged from. I then realize that I've naturally taken up leading the group. Why are we allowing a commoner to lead us? Obviously, it is I, our chief, who should be taking the spot where you now stand. But think about what the hell? But think about what our little tiny chief here has accomplished so far. Isn't incompetent the one who exposed downtown and Workaholic? Ugh. Well, you see, I really don't care either way. There could be traps, so watch your step. I step between Posh and Renegade, interrupting their discussion. Our group can't rest for even a second without arguing. If only Workaholic were here to mediate. The thought of his estrangement makes me sigh. Including Senior Detective, there were 14 Detective Alliance members here. Now, we're at 8, whittled down to nearly half. I refuse to lose any more of my companions. We can't afford to lose anyone else. You're really starting to look like a detective now. These ordeals have truly made you stronger. I still have a long ways to go. If you hadn't spoken up back when Workaholic snapped at me, I wouldn't have known what to do. Plus, I want to get stronger. Strong enough to protect everyone. Far, far stronger. If anyone can do it, it's you. I, the world's greatest detective, will vouch for that. As we continue conversing, a light shines at the end of the passage. Then, we cross through it. Despite having already shared my story, the other's eyes grow wide at the extraordinary sight. Wow, it's like some sort of lost ruin. These mirrors smell earthy. They call to mind the cavern where I performed my ascetic training. These walls, they weren't made in recent times. It required detailed analysis, but at first glance, they appear to be over 100 years old. 100 years old? Why would an underground tunnel like this be created in the first place? Perhaps it was used by a caldera religion? Asked the girl, mentioning some knowledge she had encountered in the past. A caldera religion? What's that? Ugh, you really are clueless. This place is practically awash with mountains, remember? That's because the entire island is what remains of a major eruption. Such volcanic activity leaves large depressions, much like fallen meteorites. The resulting formation is known as a caldera. The kind-hearted girl explained gently to the ignorant and pathetic incompetent detective. I'm glad they're back to being mean to him. They were nice to him for like one chapter, and they're like, we have to remember that you're stupid. It helps me feel immersed. Now that you mention it, when I woke up on this island, I could hear the waves, but I never saw the ocean. I get it now. It's because I was walled in on all sides, in a matter of speaking. Wait, but the manor is built on a mountain right in the center, right? Isn't it strange for that to be on an island made by a volcanic eruption? Heh. Apparently, that mountain is also a volcano, one that just erupted a few decades ago. This place was built on something that dangerous? I didn't even know you could have a volcano inside a volcano. Yep, another eruption occurred within the caldera, creating a rare double caldera. I've traveled the world, but this is only the second one I've seen. They're so much smarter than me. What the fuck is a caldera, bro? You can cook so much with the geothermal energy these islands produce. It's an epicure's dream. I wonder if this maze has someplace I can cook? Moving on past the endlessly hungry old bag, caldera formations on islands like these often become an object of worship in many places, especially those with a double caldera. Former inhabitants would have seen it as a divine abode, so it's only natural they'd leave traces behind. It's not uncommon to hear stories of religious devotees fleeing to uninhabited islands to form villages in the face of governmental oppression. These ruins could have functioned both as a holy ground for the original islanders, as well as a hiding spot for emergencies. Emergencies? Like, for when the government hunted them down. You know how it goes, don't you? Death to heretics and all that. Eek! Why is that his reaction? Why is that his reaction? Eek! I can't. What are all of you blathering on about now? This is why I find the hoi polloi so utterly detestable. You probably shouldn't charge on ahead like that, Posh. Remember how many traps there were in the manor? Oh ho ho ho! The subpar traps in this maze will be laughably simple to avoid for one so gifted with upper-class intellect as myself. Now, full speed ahead. Follow my lead, and let us capture that dastardly workaholic detective. No, wait. I try to stop her, but she runs ahead into the passageway alone, disappearing around the bend. This maze isn't as easy to traverse as she thinks. Oh no. Let's not get ourselves killed. Again. Another time. But just as I'm about to shout this out to her. Oh no. Yeah! What is this monstrosity doing here? Posh's desperate, panicked cry reverberates throughout the labyrinth. She then shoots out from the corner she had just disappeared behind. And right behind her is a white SPX. The SPX presses forward with a mechanical whir, Before my brain can process anything, I shoot out a command. Techie, analyze that sound. Huh? Leave it to me. Okay, I've analyzed it. The hint this time is, do not cross this bridge. I've heard that phrase before somewhere. It's from a Japanese tale where the word bridge is purposefully misconstrued as edge. Hit the center hole, said the girl, rapidly decoding the riddle. Roger that. Time to dig in for a second helping with my trusty knife. Wait, Gourmet, I sense danger. This SPX is definitely armed with deadly weaponry. Armor, I'll swap with Posh and act as a decoy. Can you use that time to stop this thing? Verily, my good man. Doleful? What are you planning to do? Posh, keep running and get behind Armor. Over here, you bucket of bolts. Aww. Aww, he's so cute. Oh, he's so funny. Doleful tosses pebbles at the SPX, running sideways as he waves at it. The SPX then appears to switch targets from Posh, swiveling around to chase after Doleful. Eek! I'm sorry I called you that! Oh, I can't handle it. He's too cute. The SPX bears down relentlessly on Doleful. Aiming for its unprotected flank, Armor tackles the SPX with all of his might. He then pushes it all the way to the wall, pinning it in his grasp. I've got it! I don't sense any threats. Now's your chance, Gourmet. Now here's a dish to die for. The fucking badass finisher line. Gourmet closes the gap in a flash, sliding next to the SPX and sticking her knife into the central hole on its exterior. The SPX's resistance steadily wanes. Just like back in the dungeon, its inner electrical cable must have been severed. Armor doesn't release his hold until the SPX stops twitching. He finally lets go and steps away from the machine. We did it! You're all fantastic! It was all because of your swift commands, incompetent. Thanks to you, I was able to start analyzing the sound without delay. I'd say you did well for someone so incompetent, as it were, said the girl, sharing her honest impression. No, it was no big deal. I was freaking out too. The fact you were able to give such optimal orders in a pinch proves that you have the qualities of a good chief. Not to mention, the way Techie followed your instructions without hesitation shows how much he trusts you. This is the fruit of all your labors. You should give yourself a pat on the back. Gourmet is absolutely right. You've saved me so many times now, incompetent. I'd like to thank you with all my heart. Your orders are so precise. It almost makes me think you can predict the future. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Obviously, I'm not going to admit his hunch is the truth. So instead, I give him the only thing I can, a straight laugh. Oh. We all just saw the vast difference a commoner's leadership offers. Wouldn't you agree? Silence, you! How's it going, Doleful? Anything unusual here? Nope, this room seems to be safe. Come on in, everyone. Though, unfortunately, it's a dead end. We'll have to look for another route. Huh? After exiting the intricate passageway, we find ourselves in a closed-off, square room. It's identical to the one I was in before making my way back to the dungeon half a day ago, save for one significant change. That's weird. Last time I was in this room, there were open paths on all four sides. There could be any number of rooms in this place that look the same. Let's mark a wall so we know we've been here, just in case. Verily, I shall carve the Detective Alliance's emblem in full splendor right here. What ho? Sir Incompetent, might I ask you to come hither? There are strange characters engraved into the wall near armor. I've never seen writing like this. What language could it be? As far as I can tell, they don't match any known script from any era of humanity, said the girl, cross-referencing with her own recollection. If even Bookworm doesn't have any insight on these characters, then in all probability, it's either an original language or a cipher. Why would a cipher be left here? Typical plebeian, as alarmingly dense as ever. The last time you were here, Incompetent, the path continued in 4 directions, yes? That's right. It's why I had a hard time deciding which way to go to get back to you all. Now pay attention. Upon closer inspection, do you spy the faint indentations on all 4 walls? They likely indicate that each wall can be moved. As such, performing some action should cause the paths you previously saw to reappear. This cipher that Armor found is the key to opening them, beyond a doubt. We must solve it in order to proceed. I see. This labyrinth is feeling more and more like something out of a movie. Posh's theory may just be right on the mark. Workaholic was in league with whoever confined me in the dungeon, as well as this labyrinth all those years ago. He'd know how to work the hidden passages here. If he sealed the way behind him to shake us off, that explains why the room looks different this time. Workaholic must have closed the passages. We gotta solve this puzzle quick if we're going to keep up with him. Oh ho ho! Leave it to me! On the honor of the Pinkerton name, I shall make short work of this cipher. The narrative is kind of beating her ass right now. It's okay. She'll recover. She will win. Fail girls will always overcome the narrative. This is getting interesting. I wonder if it'll really be so easy. We can't pursue Workaholic unless we solve the cipher. We've got to figure it out somehow. The boxes around each section indicate that they're 1 unit each, right? Yeah, that makes sense. But something's off about it. Off how? This is probably a made-up language, with its own rules and everything. But right now, I can't even figure out a single one of them. There are a few shared elements, but they appear in the character's upper and lower segments both, with no pattern, said the girl to her own dismay. So Bookworm's powers of recollection came to the same conclusion as me. I tried to make sense of the commonalities too, but it feels almost random. That being said, things would hurry along nicely if Posh Detective could solve this for us. Toot the sweet, said the girl with a sardonic smirk. The narrative is beating her ass. It's fine. If we all work together on this, Posh included, of course, I'm sure we can figure it out. Several hours later, we're still studying the cipher on the wall. Each of us had tried to deduce the rules of the script, but we still don't have even the slightest clue. Things have been on the move non-stop since Rowdy's murder this morning, and everybody is exhausted. My own forehead is streaming with perspiration. I'm sorry, Incompetent. I'm going to take a little break. Meseems it is oddly warm in here. Peradventure it is all in my mind? No, it's getting hot for me too. I wonder why. The dungeon was chilly, but this underground labyrinth is strangely humid. Maybe there's a heater on somewhere. It feels like a sauna set to mild. If we push ourselves too hard, we can end up collapsing from heat stroke. Ugh. To think a cipher so lowly could stimmy the hair to the Pinkerton name. Only Posh manages to still maintain her composure. She's been glaring at the cipher in this heat for hours without even wiping the sweat from her brow. Posh, how about taking a break? You've been drenched in sweat this whole time. I can't imagine if I was like sitting there trying to figure this out for hours and I was like sweating. Oh my god. I would be 10 times stupider than I already am. I'd be like horrible. Oh my god. Oh, push tush. When I say I shall solve a cipher, I mean it. What strained determination. Makes me tingle and all, but I'm gonna have to take a breather. Wouldn't want to shave any years off my life. As Renegade Detective sits on the floor, all the other detectives, aside from Posh, follow suit, looking completely and utterly spent. Posh frowns in consternation at everyone else's behavior. Refusing to take a seat, she continues staring at the cipher. Do as you will. Unlike you common rabble, I have an aspiration I aim to fulfill. To think that I could be stalled here, I simply must find a way out alive. Useless old hag, said the girl, with more than a hint of cynicism. Damn! Get him, Bookie! Get him! Don't say that. Posh is doing the best she can. I shut down Bookworm's comment and move her far away from Posh so that her voice is out of earshot. You're too kind, incompetent detective. Selfish crones like her deserve a good clobbering, said the girl, hefting her weapon of choice. No clobbering allowed. And put down your book. Using that to hit people is just messed up. No good adults always say no. No, 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 no. That's you right now, said the girl, making a reference most kids would find obscure. Why does she care so much about her pride, anyway? I can't comprehend it, said the girl, voicing a curiosity she's held for some time. She has a good point. I've been wondering the same. Posh's demeanor makes it clear she comes from a prestigious lineage. Why, then, would she willingly choose to expose herself to the dangers of being a detective? It doesn't make any sense. Want your big sis to share what she knows with you? In secret, of course. Gourmet draws close to Bookworm as she makes her offer. We both nod so Posh went over here, after which Gourmet begins speaking, her eyes distant. Do you two know about the Pinkerton Agency? Well, mostly just from books and movies, but yeah. Eesh, sighed the girl before taking the reins from the clueless and competent detective and explaining the details. The renowned Pinkerton National Detective Agency, founded by Alan Pinkerton, who rose to prominence after preventing a presidential assassination. Their myriad of achievements include presidential security, unmasking spies, surveying those who oppose the state, hunting criminals, and more. It must be an amazing organization if even presidents trust them. No wonder Posh is so proud. Yes, but those accomplishments are the result of them infiltrating the public on government orders to ruthlessly track down those deemed suspicious. That is why they're portrayed as villains in so many works. Evidently, the menacing image people had of them at the time was deeply rooted. For better or worse, this historic organization shaped the perception of the detective profession. That is the Pinkerton Agency's legacy. That's exactly right. You can't not mention the Pinkertons when it comes to discussing detective history. Those stories are way in the past, though. The agency's fame was slowly forgotten, and today, it operates as an acquisition of a security company. What? Really? I guess even famous detective agencies can end up taking a dive. As modernization continued, intelligence work was outlawed and policing grew more robust. The state then cut ties with the publicly shunned agency. One theory suggests that the FBI was actually modeled after the Pinkerton Agency. Ironic how they did their utmost for their nation to great acclaim, only to be cast aside, said the girl, sympathetic toward the former heroes of old. I'm not here to argue whether they were heroes or villains, but the fact remains that they solved many, many crimes. It's tragic how that fact's been forgotten. Posh said she grew up on tales of those bygone deeds. I can't even imagine how much it hurts her. That's why she decided to come to Japan to found a detective agency of her own. She's working hard to restore the Pinkerton name. Posh believes detectives are needed now more than ever, especially with the crime rate here rising yearly since the Dayless Night incident. Being ranked number 5 isn't just for show. She's worked desperately to carry the illustrious Pinkerton name on her shoulders. That's the kind of girl Posh is. That desperation makes perfect sense, seeing as she's fighting for her own survival, said the girl, regretting her flippant remarks. If she dies, her dream of restoring her family's honor dies too. I glance at Posh from the side and spot traces of tears on her face. Normally, this would just make her seem tough, but now I think she looks like she's striving to overcome a hidden bitterness. Staring at her from this angle, I'm somehow reminded of Workaholic after he revealed his true colors. He was even known as Diabolic Detective before. What could have driven him to bloody his hands as a killer once again? He hasn't told us why yet, but it seems like he's grappling with a heavy weight of his own. Like Posh, there must be something he seeks to accomplish, even if it means committing murder. The pride of a distinguished family. What's it like bearing the responsibility of an entire organization like that? Right now, I don't have any grand convictions or resolutions. There's no way I could ever be like Posh. But there is something even I can do. While I understand her circumstances now, isn't she a bit too worn out and unreliable to be the head of a company? The girl asked bluntly. Not quite. Apparently, she normally investigates with colleagues who idolize her, so maybe she's a bit out of her element working on her own? In that case, I'll go and help her out. Incompetent? I rush over to Posh, unable to take it anymore. My sudden approach startles Posh, who blinks at me with a look of astonishment. What do you think you're doing? I will not prevent my noble self to be sullied by the aid of a commoner. Go rest with the others. It's exactly because you're a noble that you should be putting commoners like me to use. What? Isn't it the duty of the upper class to lead the masses? If there's a riddle you can't solve on your own, you should play the part of our chief and command me to investigate. Posh tilts her head in befuddlement. What, in summary, are you proposing exactly? Look, let me help spare the Pinkerton name from being soiled. As a matter of fact, having others assist you is what a true Pinkerton would do. Oh, yes, I see. Posh looks unsure, her head still tilted to one side. But after a moment, she smacks her head with a sense of determination, flashing her usual prideful smile. Quite right. Spot on, even. Failing to delegate to commoners. Why, I ought to be disowned from the Pinkerton household for this behavior. Well, incompetent? Are you prepared to obey my commands and solve this riddle? Oh. Posh's laughter echoes loudly across the room. Suffice it to say, she's back to her normal self. She seems a little too satisfied about this, said the girl, sighing in exasperation. No matter how quickly she gets discouraged, she always bounces right back. That's Posh's specialty. Well, ready to get back to it ourselves? I'm not about to let one little cipher serve me a slice of humble pie. I do like Posh. We love Posh. Posh sweep. An odd little jingle awakens me with a jolt. Once my mind is fully booted up, I see the cipher room we have arrived in last night. My D-pad says it's 7 a.m. That melody must have been set to play so we don't lose track of time. We've been underground for several days now. It's nice to have something that keeps my body's rhythm from getting askew. Good morning, Wato. I take it you were burning the midnight oil yesterday. Yeah, I must have fallen asleep while we were staring at the cipher. I vaguely recall where we left off. We seemed to be getting closer, but couldn't quite hit on the solution. After I started to help out Posh, the others finished resting up and joined in. We then spent most of the night discussing the cipher. Bookworm found some partial regularities, but they didn't apply to the entire text, so we have yet to piece things all together. Even Holmes has been racking her brain about this, saying she's never seen anything like it. Morning, incompetent. Sorry, guess I ended up falling asleep too. Our self-proclaimed chief is also snoring away, so don't fret, said the girl, pointing out the plebeian manner in which Posh detective slept. Posh sits on the ground, her face turned toward the cipher as though she's trying to read it in her sleep. Even when passed out, she still has her head in the game. Talk about dedication. A laugh escapes from my mouth at the sight of it. She looks pretty tired, so let's leave her be for now. Right. Maybe we can solve it while she's asleep and surprise her. And we will do it all in the glorious Pinkerton name, said the girl with a sarcastic chuckle. We resume working on the cipher, chatting away as we go. And while we do... Come on! Split the cake! Half for you, half for me. If you're so upper class, why don't you each just get your own cakes? Your true self is peeking out, Bookworm. Ha ha ha. Splitting cake, huh? The Pinkertons really have fallen on hard times. But why have a cake to begin with if... Suddenly, I noticed something. Huh. We were grouping the characters by squares, but are we sure that's really the right way to separate them? What do you mean? I don't see how else we could do it. I understand. You're saying to split each character in half, said the girl, putting a competent detective's notion into words. Bookworm picks up a pebble and scratches lines across the characters on the wall. The lines look like thresholds, partitioning the boxes down the middle. The divisions are too neat for it to be a simple coincidence. Oh, I get it now. So all the characters are meant to be divided horizontally. Yeah, I believe there were actually 2 characters per box all along, but our preconceptions blinded us to it. I see. That explains those partial patterns we saw. If we'd only noticed this sooner, we could have solved it already. The regularity should be easy to spot now. There's no time to lose, so let's begin, the girl said as she set to work on the cipher. And less than an hour later... Hold down the head and the tail. So, if we press the first and last box... She presses her fingers on the boxes at the ends of the writing on the wall, upon which surrounding walls start to change. The walls shift, revealing several new passages. Looks like she had the right idea. After spending so much time deciphering this, the group can't resist high-fiving one another. What was all that racket? An ambush? Are we under attack? Posh, who had been asleep up until now, leaps up, her eyes darting around the room. It's safe to assume she has no idea that she helped us decode the cipher by sleep-talking. Morning, Posh. We managed to solve the riddle, thanks to you. Thanks to me? We all burst out laughing as she stares agape at the newly opened passage, her head cocked in bewilderment. Aww. She's so useful. She's not doomed by the narrative. We leave the cipher room and continue on our way, but the nearly identical passage just keeps going on, with no end in sight. On top of that, something that's been nagging at the back of my mind is starting to become a central issue. Hey, Armor? How are we doing on water? At our current pace, we have enough to sustain us for 1 day more. So what you mean is, we only have 1 day's worth left. In this heat, that's gonna be a serious problem. The heat is definitely plaguing us here. It was present from the beginning and is only steadily growing worse. It's like being in a volcanic rock sauna. Makes you think. We've been strict with how we rationed our water, but now even that once hefty supply is under threat. At this rate, it's the temperature, not the quartering Duke, that's going to kill us all. This must be geothermal energy that's being emitted by the volcanic rock. Things should get better once we make it past this stratum. But we've been going around in circles for hours, haven't we? See, that's the mark we saw earlier. What do we do now? Renegade Detective's right. This is the umpteenth time we've passed through here. We've tried every fork and every path, but each of them has been a dead end. We found that key for the research facility in the dungeon, right? So we can at least assume we're headed in that direction. While that may be true, I recall the path towards Snarks being blocked by a wall, making it a blind alley, said the girl, sharing her recollection. So all roads lead to nowhere, huh? Bookworm, do you know any other ways of getting through mazes besides the left-hand rule? Bookworm shakes her head ruefully. The left-hand rule is an ancient maze-solving method where one keeps their left hand on a wall as they proceed. We tried it at the start when the labyrinth began to confuse us, but we just ended up back where we started, making it entirely pointless. If even Bookworm lacks any useful information to get us through this place, then we really are trapped. Maybe there aren't any exits at all right now. None whatsoever? How does that work? We might have overlooked something. The SPX and the cipher both provided hints, right? This maze is probably the same. There has to be a clue somewhere. I feel like the point here isn't to make us get lost, but to give us a riddle to solve. A clue, huh? But there's nothing written on the walls, so where could it be? Everyone, hide! Doleful suddenly panics, urging us to take cover behind some pillars. We all understand it's an emergency and immediately follow his orders. My ears pick up something resembling a whisper, causing me to shiver. I've heard this before. Huh? There was a weird noise, but I can't see anything. Shh. Quiet down. It's an invisible SPX. Everyone, stay calm and don't make a sound. The grim tone in my voice snuffs out any potential objection from the others. As we sit in the shadows of the pillars, we hear a mechanical whir that all of us recognize by this point. I can faintly discern a shape as the air distorts around it. Without a doubt, it's the invisible SPX I encountered last time. I don't know what'll happen if we're caught, but getting drawn into a fight and wasting our energy would be worse than bad. Our only option is to hold our breaths and pray it doesn't find us. Somehow, the SPX doesn't notice us and departs. What a dangerous machine. This thing makes the white SPX look friendly by comparison. Oh. The only silver lining is that this SPX's capacity to detect targets is rather poor. Incompetent. I recorded the sound that machine was making just now. Let me try analyzing it. With that, Techie begins working his magic. And once he finishes... What do you suppose this means? The hint Techie uncovers is incredibly vague. Discard your theories. Discard your theories. Discard your theories? It's not enough to go on. I can't tell what it's trying to say. Maybe it's a clue on how to stop that thing, like with the white SPX? Any ideas, Bookworm? Not a one. I've seen similar phrases in what I've read, but nothing that's applicable to our investigation, said the girl with frustration. If Bookworm doesn't know, then this hint probably isn't based on anything specific. Judging from its behavior just now, its target sensing abilities are lacking. We should be able to avoid detection if we don't get too close. Okay, then let's keep going. It'll be real trouble if that SPX comes back. We pull ourselves together and set out once more. But at that moment... Eek! Oh no! Dolfo lets out a cry of distress. I'm so sorry, everyone! I sensed it too late! Huh? What's wrong, Dolfo? Is the SPX nearby? Nearby! No, it's there! Right there! Huh? Really? Dolfo points directly in front of me. I hear that same robotic droning coming from what appears to be empty space. I'm practically face to face with it, even though the SPX from a minute ago should have passed by already. My hammering heart deafens me. I can't see a thing. I have no idea what I'm up against. But the mechanical noise continues without pause, like a hand on a clock counting down the remaining seconds of my life. Everyone freezes in place. It's the only option. We know nothing about the SPX before us, or how it'll react to any action we take. Maybe nothing will happen so long as we stay still. I have no other choice but to hold on to this hope. But that hope is quickly crushed. Blades I've seen before suddenly spring up in the empty space. No matter how invisible it is, its killing intent remains clear. It's so overwhelming that by the time I try to dodge, I'm a moment too late. Then, a blade descends toward me. Incompetent detective! I hear Bookworm's trembling voice, and yet, at this moment, I find myself surprisingly calm. After all, the denouement never predicted my death. If I didn't see myself die, that means this won't kill me. I'm certain that he'll come to my rescue. Get down, Sir Incompetent! Thanks, Armor. As I predicted, Armor leaps in front of me. He deflects the SPX's blade with his right arm, using his hand to grasp at the wiry parts that controlled it. 'Tis but a flea bite compared to the black SPX. My armor shall not yield to so feeble a slash. Armor presses on, flinging the SPX against the wall. What incredible power. Sure, maybe the invisible SPX has a weaker output than the white one, but even then, Armor's strength is tremendous. Hey-ho! Let us now seize its functions. It's shaken. Oh. As Armor approaches his fallen opponent, the air flickers where there had once been nothing. This must be the true form of the invisible SPX. How exceedingly bizarre! It hath revealed itself. Perchance it was moved by my chivalry enough to forbear its knavish tricks? Actually, I think it's just broken. The 3 holes on its exterior are now visible. It's designed like the white SPX. One of them will deactivate it, but we don't know which one. It's fine. I've already figured out its weak point. With that, Gourmet approaches the SPX, brandishing her knife at the holes on its exterior. In the blink of an eye, she puts the SPX out of commission. Oh, this sprite is cute. Whew, this little troublemaker might have been slower than the white one, but it still made me nervous. That really worked up an appetite. Gourmet, how did you know which hole to pick? Yeah, pray tell. I thought we had yet to ravel out this conundrum. While the SPX went after you, Techie analyzed the sound it made, but it was the same as the other invisible SPX. Discard your theories. She's literally drooling like the emoji. Yeah, exactly, Mayura. They both had the same message? That's weird. The white SPXs we've encountered so far each had their own phrase. And those ones were giving us hints on how to defeat them. Strange, isn't it? Hoy-day! Discard your theories. Distinctive series. Dispose of sinking. Dismiss your thinking. Perchance the hint means we are to destroy the invisible SPXs through brute force? Sorry, Armor, but let's try to be serious here. Actually, dismissing our thoughts was crucial. Wait, what? To think my conception was the earnest truth, could this be a sign of the end times? Armor's actual conclusion is completely off the mark, of course. The big takeaway here is that the invisible SPX didn't have a real hint. In other words, we don't need any hints for these little invisible fellas. They weren't designed with only one correct hole to hint. No hint required, no right hole to aim for. So, basically, we could defeat it regardless of which we attacked? Precisely. We're already unable to see it, so there's no need to go through all the trouble of having false holes as decoys. I didn't have any proof of that, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but I'm relieved it all turned out fine. I performed a basic analysis of the invisible SPX's inner workings. All 3 holes connect directly to the power cord, just as Gourmet guessed. In short, so long as you can locate a hole, you can stop it easily, said the girl, relaxing now that she knew the irksome machine's vulnerability. Techie and Bookworm finish reporting in. Their findings confirm what Gourmet told us. There's no difference between the 3 holes. If Gourmet is right, any SPX that plays this hint will have the same weakness. Her deductive prowess never fails to amaze me. However, one question still remains. You weren't entirely sure your theory was correct, though, right? Yep. I had no evidence to back up my reasoning. You really went for it, then, even though you could have died if you got it wrong? Gourmet's beaming smile turns plaintive. At the moment, all I could think about was how Rowdy wouldn't have hesitated. Wah. Oh. You're right. She'd never given it a second thought. She'd risk it all, especially if it meant saving her friends. Without a doubt. I made a vow to protect everyone. That includes doing Rowdy's share of the work. So whenever there's trouble, come to me for help. I'll put my life on the line to keep you all safe. Although Gourmet smiles as she speaks, there's a sadness in her eyes. I can sense the deep hole losing Rowdy has left behind. By what means does that SPX detect its prey, Techie? I'm preoccupied with how sluggish it was when it attacked incompetent. Well, my inspection suggests that its camera is non-functioning. The lens would reflect light, coming into conflict with its invisibility. It's my belief that it senses targets via audio, hence why it reacts more slowly in comparison to the white SPXs. So it's attracted to sound, huh? I'm not sure whether to relax or be on my guard. On one hand, we don't need to hide in order to be safe, even in their presence. But on the other hand, every step we take will only give them more sound to find us with. This news is a mixture of good and bad. The girl notices something critical. Let's get moving, everyone. Quickly, said the girl, tugging insistently on incompetent detective's hand. Bookworm? What's got you so worried? Don't you get it? Army detective made a racket just now, with all his whooping and hollering. If those things are attracted to sound... Ah! Eek! Everybody, run! I sense a ton of threats heading this way. Huh? There are that many invisible SPXs? Everyone, my soul brims with contrition. I have failed us yet again. Blubbering will only bring our enemies down upon us faster. Be silent and let us escape with haste. You make quite a racket yourself, you know, said the girl, slipping in a retort at the perfect moment. We flee from the SPXs, trying to move as quick as we can while making as little noise as possible. In the end, we're still trapped in the scorching labyrinth, with no way out and no way of stopping the SPXs. Discard your theories, huh? Maybe it's time I finally accept my fate. What are you plotting? What are you plotting? Hours pass. We proceed with caution to avoid being detected by the SPXs. Hey, I've got an idea. Do you trust me? It's been so many hours that I don't even know how far we've walked anymore. And now, Renegade Detective has some strange proposal for me. Tell me your idea first. Then, I'll decide if I trust you or not. Tough sell, aren't you? Look, do you remember that hint? Discard your theories? I doubt it's only meant for dealing with the invisible SPXs. It must have another meaning. Which is... well, that's a trade secret, you see? Trust me and go along with my plan, then I'll tell you all about it. And just what do you ever have to say that's worthy of anyone's trust? For some reason, Posh retorts on my behalf. Do not think I have forgotten how your actions resulted in Rowdy's demise. There's no doubt in my mind that you fully intend to cause another death with whatever scheme you're concocting. I won't stand for it. Fair enough. It's only natural for you to feel that way, so I won't bother arguing back. But trudging onward while watching out for these invisible SPXs has us exhausted. Wandering around aimlessly? Now that's gonna cause another death. Life is precious. It's irreplaceable. So curling up and dying from this heat is something I'm not willing to accept. Have some faith in me, and I promise to save you all, okay? Come on, just give me a chance. You're not going to tell us first, then? You'd just write it off as idiotic if I did. If you won't trust me, then I won't say a word. Believing in me is my condition for sharing my idea. The terms of agreement, so to speak. Give your moronic tongue a rest for once. Hearing you speak on how precious life is, it's like watching the blind preach to the blind. Almost the right phrase there, Posh. You really do say the darndest things, and I kinda like it. Silence! Oh, how I absolutely detest you. Go on, incompetent. Tell him. Oh, you're gonna be mean to him? Look it, he's just a little guy. How are you gonna be mean to him when he's just a little guy? It's his birthday. It's literally his birthday and he's just a little guy. I trust you, Renegade. Precisely. I too completely and utterly trust... Wait, what did you just say? Posh swerves toward me, the shock playing on her face. Have you gone mad, incompetent? Were you and Rowdy not dear to one another? This is the man who brought about her death, and yet you actually intend to trust him? I do. I won't forgive him for Rowdy's death. But I do trust in Renegade Detective's abilities, especially when it comes to getting us out of this labyrinth. And why is that? It's not as though he's some sort of labyrinth specialist. This maze contains challenging ciphers, geothermal heat, and invisible SPXs. It's designed to make anyone who enters suffer, right? That's why Renegade Detective is our best hope for defeating this challenge. No one here can match him in making others suffer? I get it, it's because he's like that, but that's such like a fucked up thing to say about somebody. Like, I know he's not minding his own business, but, you know. Such high praise, you flatterer, you. No one is better than Renegade. They're just fucking... The narrative is beating his ass. He's getting his ass beat. No one is better than Renegade Detective at spreading misery. Which also means no one is better equipped to solving this devilish maze. We're gonna need to trust our least trustworthy companion. It's a tough choice, but I'll follow Rowdy's advice and go with my gut on this. Like I said, Renegade Detective, I trust you. Now, tell us your plan. No doubt about it. You make me tingle, most of all, incompetent. What I ask of you is quite simple, really. Let me stand by at the dead end that's supposed to lead to the facility. In the meantime, I want you to keep the SPXs occupied for a few hours. Hold the SPX's attention for several hours? Out of the question. And impossible, at that. You may as well bid us to dig our own graves. Okay. We'll do as you say. Our strength is yours, Sir Incompetent. With us four, stalling for time should be no problem at all. Incompetent, I promise I won't let you die. Aww. They're friends. They're besties. You guys. I'm going along too, said the girl, volunteering to participate in the plan. Me too. Well, as your chief, I shall naturally be joining as well, obviously. No, I want you three to go to Renegade Detective and keep an eye on his actions. We don't know what he's actually planning, so stay close to him and find out. Wonderful. These developments are making me tingle. Well then, let's all meet up in a few hours. Alive and well. Oh, forgot to mention the most important part. You can hide while you distract the SPXs, but don't touch any of the walls or pillars, okay? The walls and pillars? Why? It's all part of my plan. That hardly answers the question, but we decide to go along with Renegade's instructions. Oh, he's being a little silly. He's gonna do something really silly. We return to the cipher room and start banging on the walls, just as we've been doing to all the walls on the way over. The invisible SPXs should be approaching soon, given that they track sound. From there, all we have to do is destroy them one by one. I'll find the invisible SPXs. Even if they should strike me, I shall surely overlive. Allow me to defend you with all my strength. Big Sis is here to fend them off, so just leave it to me. All I need is one hint, and I'll put them out of service. Thank you, everyone. The mechanical clamor of SPXs draws near. I feel a cold bead of sweat run on my skin. There's no choice. We have to do this. Whatever happens, we're making it through these next few hours. OMG! The invisible SPX approaches. Detectives can inspect to discover its hidden location. Once the SPX is revealed, make inferences to destroy it. Anyone left within its range will die. Rely on armored detective if things get dire. His sturdy defenses are impervious to its attacks. Use him as a shield and survive. Okay. So we want Doleful too. Inspect. Oh shit. Oh carp. Oh carp. Okay. And then we could just prelim spam. Eek! This info hasn't been logged yet, right? I gotta tell everyone, quick! Oh, he didn't find anything. Inspection. Okay, so she is the next best inspection. And we can inspect right here, perhaps. Oh, there is nothing. I think I'm confused as to how this is supposed to work, but that's okay. I don't need to know. If I die, then, well, I die. That's okay. Wait, did that even reach? I don't think that reaches, does it? Oh my goodness. Even armor's inspection is higher. The ones in this chapter are like evil. You know what? That's okay. Oh dear God, I'm scared. All I have to do is survive, right? It can't be that hard. Oh. Eek! Everyone, look out! I sense an SPX closing in on us. Oh, so it's like that. Okay. I get it now. I get it now. I was fundamentally misunderstanding. Okay. Aww. This is new information. I've got to share it with everyone. I don't want to move Doleful inside of the... I know you're there. I'm confused. I don't think I get it. I don't think I get it. Ah, I didn't detect this one. Okay, yeah, so I didn't get it. If you're wondering, I didn't quite understand. And Doleful died immediately. Why is he always the one that dies? He's always the one that ends my playthroughs. Detectives can inspect. Detectives can inspect. Detectives can inspect. Inspect. I'm inspecting. I'm inspecting so hard, guys. Oh, I don't think, I think whatever I do, I'm not able to inspect this one in the first turn, maybe. Yeah. Oh, that's frustrating. They're all like one movement block too little. Oh wait. No, yeah. That's okay. What's... I'll have Watto do it again, I guess. There's no winners here. There's no winning. Okay. That's when those pop-ups? Okay, those are just keywords. Okay, I guess I'll just move them all to be in like the same location. Maybe that's the strat after Watto comes back. Eek! Everyone, look out! I sense an SPX closing in on us. Oh wait, I'm so confused. So I have to like move in and inspect and then they move in? Is that it? No, but why doesn't he see them? I don't get it. I don't get it. Cause now they're all gonna die. Like it's just game over, isn't it? Dolphin loves to be attacked and mauled by beasts. Oh. Oh, Adolfo. But I can't uncover the SPX. Do I just need to... That's what I'm struggling with, because I can't uncover it. As long as someone infers on it. Our poor little oomph meow who always dies. It's not okay. It's not fair. No, little Dolpho's misery is not increasing, okay? It's an accident, okay? Armor is... Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. Armor is so invincible. Oh my god, you're so right. Oh my gosh. Go on. Go on. Find the SPX for us, Armor. Eek! Everyone, look out! I sense an SPX closing in on us. Infer? But I don't even know what's there. Dolfo literally has no fucking clue what I'm doing here. Dolfo doesn't even understand. Dolfo doesn't understand the situation that we're in. The missile cat. Dolfo, no, get out of there, Dolfo. He's so clueless. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know about explosion. Found it! I sense an SPX over there. Just watch. I'll find them all. Well, you're not doing a very good job, buddy. I love you, but you're not doing a very good job. Infer. Wait, no. Oh my god, his inference is so doo-doo. Oh my god, but I can't move her anymore. Oh my god. Well. Guys. I made an oopsie. Hey, at least I figured it out now. I don't think I can do anything here. Yeah. That's okay. Well. Doleful. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Never mind. Look at who you're talking to. And now. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. I fucked up. I fucked up. Hold on. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Ignore me. Okay, now. Yeah, look at that. It's not like his inference score is 1 or anything. Wait. What? I'm so confused. Huh? Why isn't this working? Move. I'm gonna die no matter what, but... Oh, there we go. Well, everybody, it was nice. It was nice knowing you, okay? Oh, wait, no. Armor can't die. Never mind. Just go after armor, okay? 4. Nary a scratch. Oh. Watto, no! Watto, get out of there! Watto! Watto, the SVX is right behind you! Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay, well, hey, at least I'm like understanding a little bit more now. I think I get the strat now. He has his keywords he can't hear. Here, let's let them all go over here. I think that's smarter. It's okay, we've got this. We've so got this. We've so got this. Literally no sweat. Literally, I'm not even scared. OMG, what? It's right there. That's crazy. I can't even move her close enough to do anything about it, but that's okay. Infer. Get inferred. Well, that's not in the square, right? I don't think that's in. I think that's one outside. Am I wrong? Oh, because that's the square. That's the square. So that shouldn't be the square. Aw, wait. Oops. Oh look, they're hanging out. Aww. Aww. Well, she can't move quite yet. But I'm just gonna have them inspect back here just so you don't get jump scared. There we go. When Doleful's like, watch out, I sense another SPX. The square that the cursor is resting on while he says it is where the SPX just spawned. Okay, I'll see if I understand. I'll see if I understand. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Eek! Everyone, look out! I sense an SPX closing in on us. That one? Way over there? Wasn't it right here, though? Oh my god, this is so scary and so hard. Oh my god. There's 3 now? Okay, then. Okay. Maybe like this? No hard feelings, but this is the end. I don't want any more victims like Rowdy. Yeah, armor bait, literally. Lo, I sense one of those electronic contraptions. No surprise attack shall catch me unawares. Got him. Oh, Doleful, do you yearn to infer? No, you can't. You're 1 square short of being able to infer. Oh, what a sad life you live, my dear Doleful. Okay, I'm just having them be lookouts, I guess. Wato's not a very good lookout, but... Doleful assist. Oh wait, you're right. Fuck! Ah! That's okay. I forgot that was a mechanic. I forgot that was a mechanic. Okay. Well. Wait, no. Let's... Oh, Wato's assistance is really high. What the hell? He can assist. Yay! And then Doleful can move back here so he doesn't get killed. And then just inspect again, I guess. Now, girls. Kill. Oh, yeah! Look at them go. I care not from whence our foes come. I shall protect you all. I cannot suffer to see another dear ally fall before mine eyes. Let's all get right here. Let's all chill. Calling all besties. Kill! Okay. Oh. 1 hours remain. I mean, do I have to kill them? Do I have to kill them all by the time that turns up? Let's fucking go! I never got the other keyword, but hey! I did it! Yippee! Why was that one the hardest one yet? And it wasn't even an actual investigation. It was just hard for no reason. Sorry, was taking a drink. Yay! Thank you for the clapping emojis. Thank you for cheering me on so much. We returned to the dead end, but where once there had been a blank wall, a new route now stands. How? The wall started moving all on its own a minute ago, and this path opened up. It appears that doing nothing was, in fact, the solution, said the girl, hazarding some conjecture about their current situation. Doing nothing? Bookworm nailed it. What a smarty pants, huh? Like she told us earlier, if you picture the direction and distance we've traveled so far, it's clear this maze should lead to Snarks. And yet, no matter how hard we searched, we couldn't find a mechanism, which led me to think there's no switch to operate it at all. Combining that with the SPX's hint to discard your theories, pointed me toward the famous method of traversing a maze. You mean the left-hand rule, where you walk along while keeping your hand to the wall? Bingo. Dead on, Dolly. That nickname is so cute. Aww, it makes him seem so small and fragile. We made it this far by using that rule, right? But I mean, it's so well known. I'm sure a lot of others would do the same. Not to mention the invisible SPXs force you to duck behind the pillars. Navigating this place means you're bound to touch a wall. What a vexatious labyrinth. I suppose it stands to reason that only you could solve it, renegade. Don't make me blush. You're too kind. I was being sarcastic, you. Ah. Anyway, we can keep going. Thank you. Wait, I didn't realize it wasn't him talking. Sorry. His face appeared on screen and I was just like, oh, that's him, I'm sure. Anyway, we can keep going now. Thank you, Renegade Detective. I'm glad we put our trust in you. Renegade Detective looked surprised at my gratitude. You're thanking me? How admirable. That attitude you've got is really something special. As far as I'm concerned, you and I are on the same team. I want to keep trusting you. After all, we're both fellow detectives, aren't we? So please, tell us your real thoughts, your real feelings. Deceiving each other won't do any good. It just isn't right. After a long pause, Renegade Detective takes a deep breath and begins speaking. Oh, yeah, here we go. Make no mistake. There hasn't been a single lie in anything I've ever said. I truly do believe that life is sacred. Killers have a duty to the lives they claim, so I can't forgive how little the Quartering Duke cares. He goes against all that I believe. I'll do anything, sacrifice anyone, to make sure he gets what he deserves. Even my companions. In a flash, Renegade Detective's face turns serious. He must be sincere. I see none of his usual mirth before me. Renegade Detective, the cruelest member of the Detective Alliance. Even now, I can't get a grasp on his convictions. If that's how it is, then let's keep moving. We've got to get out of here and take on the Quartering Duke. Yeah, I hope in my heart of hearts that we get to fight the Quartering Duke together. Incompetent. I see a familiar room up ahead. Every side leads to a dead end. It doesn't take me long to guess that there must be a cipher in here. Yet another puzzle to solve? Lady Posh, you must hold fast. Armor catches Posh as she involuntarily totters. Posh, your face is turning pale. You aren't getting your daily nutrients. Now that you mention it, Posh hasn't eaten very much. My clock reads 20 o'clock. We've been walking for an entire day. No wonder Posh is all shaky. She's been pushing herself too hard since last night. It's far cooler here than what we've traversed so far. We must have gone beyond the heat source. I just want to stay here, said the girl, letting her true feelings show. How about we call it a day, incompetent? We can take our time with this cipher. Everyone else looks exhausted too. The poor Mippingtons? Yeah. You know, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They are the Miffingtons. Just a little bit. Everyone else looks exhausted too. Only Renegade Detective is smiling. Dolfo's right. We should take a break for now. Alright, let's just give the cipher a quick check. Then we can stop for the day. Those are the wet cats of the team, and this is the, like, evil cat of the team. The one that steals all your food and hisses at you when you get too close. Looks like this is our cipher. Renegade Detective, who had distanced himself from the rest of us, points toward a wall. Upon approaching, I once again see a collection of bizarre shapes drawn on its surface. 3 arrows? What could it mean? The Mippy Council! The Mippy Council meetup. Watto, hang tough. Don't give up. I can hear a girl's voice from far off. You can't die, Watto. You're supposed to become a great detective, remember? Watto? Watto! A girl is crying next to me. She's calling out my name. I want to reply, but my body won't budge. My strength is pouring out of me like water draining from the tub. Could this be what dying feels like? If you end up dying, then I... A mechanical thrumming drowns out the girl's voice. Ooh. I leap up in a panic, the artificial noise ringing in my ears. But when I check my surroundings, there's no sign of an SPX. The other detectives are still sound asleep, breathing quietly around me. It must have been a dream. I relax and feel a deep sense of relief wash over me. You were only somewhat conscious, so I saw no more than fragments and pieces, but it seems you had quite a terrifying dream. Holmes looks at me with concern. Her voice sounds so similar to the girl in my dream. But that's impossible. It was a weird one, that's for sure. I was dying and I heard you calling out to me. Oh? It was the polar opposite of our actual reality. Maybe it was showing what my heart truly wished for. If I'd been killed instead of you, I just know this many people wouldn't have died. You mustn't joke about such things, Watto. Holmes slides close to me as she speaks. Just as no one can fill my role, so too can no one replace you. Even if it were possible to die in my place, by no means should you have done so. But you're the greatest detective in the world. You should be the one who gets to live, not some worthless, incompetent kid like me. Not another word of that. You saved my life a decade ago. I took the name Ideal Detective because I wish to be as strong as you are. You will surpass me as a detective. I'm certain of this. I will keep by your side, supporting you all the while. So be strong and persevere. How can you have so much faith in me? What are you mumbling to yourself about? Huh? Hey girl. long time no see. Bestie. Are you the mole? The Duke's inside man, that is. Oh. Oh. Stop playing. Berry so normal. Berry so well adjusted. Berry so normal. Berry so well adjusted. Berry does not want to fuck old men. Berry does not want to fuck old men. Berry is so normal. Berry is so well adjusted. Berry is safe. Berry is safe from his desires to fuck old men. Berry doesn't have any desires to fuck old men, so he doesn't know what he's saying. Berry is normal. Berry is normal. Berry is normal. Literally manifestation. I'm holding myself back. I'm like chaining myself to my chair right now to hold myself back from everything I wish to say. The things I wish to do to this man would get me demonetized immediately, bro. Forwards, backwards, upside down, left, right. Workaholic suddenly appears before me. When did he... and from where? I look at the wall with the cipher, but the passage is shut. Was he hiding in one of the passages we came through? Me? An inside man? What are you suggesting? Nobody in our group is a mole. I answer as calmly as I can while taking a defensive stance. There's no need for Workaholic to hide his past now. If he wants to kill us, he can do so without hesitation. I can't let my guard slip. Relax. I have no intention of harming any of you. Where did Renegade Detective go? I came to have a little chat, but unfortunately, it seems I've missed him. Their like Tom and Jerry relationship is like really funny. It's making me laugh. Now that he mentions it, I don't see a trace of Renegade Detective anywhere. I'm still a bit rattled, but this is a good opportunity to ask Workaholic about something that's been gnawing at me. I wonder, if you want me to tell you, you'll have to answer some questions first. I try to still my thundering heartbeat. Each word from my mouth takes my full concentration. Why were Holmes and I kidnapped 10 years ago? Why were we trapped in this underground maze? I want the truth. Workaholic. No. Diabolic. His mouth twitches when I call him that name. I knew it. That alias is a sore spot for him. But he keeps himself steady and replies coolly. Fine. You have a right to the truth. I'll tell you everything I know. Oh god, the CG is so awesome. The CG is so awesome. What Renegade said is true. I used to be part of the secret police, carrying out all sorts of tasks on their behalf. In fact, this island facility once belonged to them. What was the purpose of the secret police to begin with? If they made such a sprawling facility, they must have been a large organization, right? They say some slippery politician in power was behind it. Apparently, the Dayless Night incident really shook things up in the government. The Dayless Night incident again, huh? It seems to have some connection to the Duke's killings, but was it really that major? I mean, it was stopped preemptively, wasn't it? The case would appear on TV specials from time to time. but it wasn't something I often heard discussed before coming to this island. I just assumed it was another terrorist attack that had been foiled early, but maybe I'm wrong. You were only so old at the time, so it makes sense you wouldn't know. The horrifying part is that it led to an explosion of domestic crime. Yeah, I've been told that much. I also heard the Detective Alliance was made in response to that. But wasn't that only a rumor? There isn't any concrete evidence, right? Right. Nothing to prove it. Not even logic. But it's undeniable that there was a spike in heinous crimes, which the DA tackled to much acclaim. The case of the vampire, the Ikebukuro Ripper, and, more recently, the Shinjuku Rainwalker. Just some examples off the top of my head. With so many atrocities in its wake, it's hard to write off as coincidence. No doubt, criminals are drawn to the Dayless Night incident. Just one incident threw an entire nation into madness. As a result, its government needed a brigade to step in and get things straight. And so the secret police came into being, along with this facility. Exactly right. The trials built into this maze were intended to create superpowered detectives who would rival the Pinkertons' former power. When I was still a young greenhorn, the plan excited me. I truly believed what I was doing was just, yet I became something diabolical. We kidnapped orphans, such as you and the chief, conducted neurosurgeries, then put them through life or death trials to awaken their potential. Neurosurgery? That's the first I'm hearing about that. Oh. So you really have lost your memory. No surprise the chief didn't fill you in. If you don't need to remember it, it's better that you don't. Wait just a minute. What do you mean? What kind of potential was the secret police trying to awaken? Supernatural abilities, no? Oh! Hey girl! What are you— It's so funny to see you here! Oh my god, we haven't seen each other in so long. It's so funny to see you here. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, come here, bring it in. Come in for a hug. Oh my god, we need to catch up, girl. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Renegade, where have you been? Out for a walk. I sensed a workaholic detective lurking about, so I thought I'd go meet him. Yet, we somehow managed to breeze right past each other. Maybe you and I aren't so different after all. We have at least one thing in common. Each of us wants the other dead. So good to see you again. Care for a handshake? He literally said, bestie, bring it in. Don't move a muscle. I know you've got enough dexterity in a single finger to operate an entire wire saw. If you pull that trick, just know I could dodge it, causing you to slice one of the other detectives instead. Surely, you don't want anyone else's blood on those hands of yours. God damn you, renegade. To hear such praise from Diabolic? Why, what an honor. This takes me back to when you were my warden. Why is he kind of serving cunt without the jacket on? I kind of like it. I kind of like this look. You remember what happened 10 years ago? Of course. Couldn't forget it if I wanted to. My buddies there kept dropping by the day. I'm just dying to know what what ran through Workaholic Detective's head after witnessing all that. Huh? Workaholic kidnapped others aside from us. Sure did. A whole bunch of them, too. A good number of them died. Oops. Did Workaholic neglect to share that little detail? Workaholic gnaws at his lip, then gives a deep slow nod. It was horrible. I regret my actions with all my heart. Under the guidance of Ideal Detective, I continued my work eradicating the secret police. Even so, I still have nightmares of the children murdered by the SPXs. They cling to me, crying. I'll never forget. I'll bear these sins till I die. Until I draw my last breath, I will remain diabolic. Workaholic's eyes are determined, without a single trace of doubt. I won't tell you not to go after Workaholic, Watto. It's no question that he is to blame for countless vile, unforgivable enormities. But I promise you, there wasn't a single lie among the words he spoke. Workaholic left the secret police and helped me form the Detective Alliance. He has a pitiable side to him, too. Despite having a stable job and loving family, his hidden scars still keep him awake at night. That's so hot. That's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in just one sentence. Holmes speaks with a look of sympathy and compassion. Essentially, the secret police, which Workaholic had been a part of, created this underground labyrinth. After Holmes and the others dissolved the organization, they created a better one in its place, the Detective Alliance. If Holmes truly is my old friend Saika, then that means she knew Workaholic was her enemy, yet still gave him a major role in the DA. That alone speaks volumes of her open-minded, accepting nature. I see. Now I understand the context behind the kidnappings 10 years ago. At the moment, I can't make any moral judgments. That's why I don't intend to go after you, Workaholic. But tell me, what were those superpowers Renegade mentioned just now? And why are you so fixated on him anyway? Right, of course. That's why I'm here, to reveal the truth of those secrets. I had my reservations about Renegade from the start. 8 years ago, he slaughtered his own parents and was sent to a correctional center, where he claimed 3 more lives. That's the monster he truly is. Kinda embarrassing having someone dredge up your past, but let me make just one tiny correction. I only committed 2 murders at that correctional center. My 3rd victim is still alive and well. Can't say the same about their nose, though. Spending your whole life as a mouth breather must be rough, I bet. That's me. That's my life. That's my life. That's literally my fucking life. His eccentricity should speak for itself. Incompetent. It's no coincidence that he was brought here. He's suspected to be the invincible detective, one of the only 2 to ever traverse this entire maze. Invincible detective? You mentioned that name back in the dungeon, too. I don't know what abilities they may have, nor was their age or appearance recorded. In trials that should have had a 100% death rate, no matter how many SPXs they encountered, they were always able to survive. The SP dubbed this individual Invincible Detective, and was making preparations to conduct thorough tests on their odd powers. But before the tests could begin, Invincible and their cohorts escaped the facility, never to be found. I've been searching for them to this day. So you believe this Invincible Detective is actually Renegade Detective? Why is that? Turns out the manor had some renovations done. Not knowing that, I tried opening the hidden passage the same way I'd done before. And Workaholic caught me red-handed. Too bad, so sad. Now he's been on my case ever since. Really spoils the mood, you know? I suspected you regardless. While you may very well be lying, you're 17 years of age, and Invincible should be between 15 to 20. I believe the Duke's murders are an act of revenge by Invincible, seeing as their vocal distorter, which the SPXs also use, was developed by the SP. I'm like trying to take this all in. I feel like I'm like not taking it in very well. Renegade had been given a death sentence, but was pardoned for his exceptional ability. I decided it was best to kill him and avoid further casualties. I don't care if it drags my reputation through the muck. I'll take Renegade Detective's life. I'm ready to become diabolic one last time. So he wants to kill him because he thinks he escaped from the facility, like, 10 years ago. And he was like, okay, that's why that it, like, okay. I think I'm sorry, I'm revisiting everything we just read. Oh. Oh, he thinks he's the Duke. Okay. Okay, I understand. I understand. He's just a hater and wants him dead. I also like that explanation. I see now why he views Renegade Detective as such a threat. Same goes for his resolve in reverting back to Diabolic Detective. Workaholic killed Rowdy. That's a fact I can't deny. But it also wasn't out of malevolence. Who should I believe in? Workaholic or Renegade? I can't stand you, Diabolic. Not one bit. You don't even give me the slightest tingle. Renegade frowns deeply, then opens his mouth. Let me be honest here. I was a subject of the secret police's experiments. It's true. I don't know anything about what name you called me by, but it's true I escaped and used a false identity to survive. I'm a renegade, after all. My mere existence is a plague upon those around me. But that doesn't justify killing me. It's just plain unfair. If you want to kill me so badly, be prepared to take responsibility for all that entails, Diabolic Detective. That's the burden of those who kill. And I despise folks who try to shirk that duty with every fiber of my being. I'm fully prepared. But you're right, my attempt in the dungeon was too underhanded. There's no virtue in taking a life without bearing the sin. Rest assured, Renegade, you'll die by my hand. That will be my final act as Diabolic. I'm imagining Watto just like standing here, like the standing man emoji, like watching this happen. Like, the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting, guys. Workaholic lowers his arms after saying his piece. A moment later, I see a glint of light as he gathers something in his hand. He must have picked up some wires that he'd strung all around the area. A trap had been set without me ever noticing. The sudden realization causes a shiver to run down my spine. Is Workaholic intent on killing Renegade Detective here and now if he gets the chance? Incompetent, I need you to listen carefully. You're probably not ready yet. But contact me via D-pad once you're ready to kill Renegade Detective. With your help, I can end him on the spot. Also, you might run into a red SPX. Don't get too close. I'm sure you'll be fine, but make yourself a target and you won't live to regret it. With that, Workaholic turns and ambles toward the exit. His footsteps are completely silent as he disappears faster than he seems to move. Wait! I try to follow him, but Renegade Detective stops me. No point chasing after him. He's got nothing else to say. Plus, don't forget this maze is his old stomping ground. There's gotta be passages only he knows about, so he'd be way too hard to catch. I was actually trying to find them on my walk earlier, but I didn't see any signs Workaholic had passed through anywhere. Basically, it'd be nothing short of impossible for your average Joe. Renegade smiles with the brightness in his voice. It's hard to imagine he's a murderer when he's making a face like that. Aw, he's just a little kitty. He's just a little kitty. He's not a murderer, he's just a little kitty. The disconnect between his demeanor and the vile things Workaholic told me is enough to make my head spin. What? Did Workaholic's little tale change your opinion of me? No, it didn't. The past is the past. You're a member of the Detective Alliance now. And besides, something feels off. Even if you were the culprit, you don't seem like the type to resort to crime to enact revenge on the DA. Oh? What makes you say that? I let out a sigh and speak my honest thoughts. Because you kill who you want. It has nothing to do with revenge, right? You're not wrong there. I'm happy to see you know me so well. Well, that makes one of you. You're right on the money. Like I said, I follow my own path, taking lives and carrying my sins. Revenge only dilutes a senseless act of violence. It's absurd. I'll make sure Workaholic realizes the error of his ways. And you're going to help. Renegade Detective extends his hand to me. I grab his palm and shake it, but his face tells me he's hiding something. I can't let my guard down around this one. Renegade Detective stretches out on the floor, happy as can be. His breathing relaxes as he starts to fall asleep. Aww. I'm imagining like a big black cat like sprawled on its back with like all of its limbs sticking out. Why is he a cat boy? Why is he so cat? I think he literally just became so cat to me. Holmes then appears next to me, as if sensing my inner turmoil. I know that look. It's saying, I have no idea what to believe. Yeah, I've learned so much, I honestly can't make sense of it all. I understand Workaholic's determination to kill Renegade, and maybe it really would be for the best. But I still can't accept it. Just being a potential threat is enough to warrant death? Should I just doubt everyone and everything? Yeah, I'm thinking like, for me, I'm thinking like Jinx the cat, where it's like just like a big blob and then you can only tell like the eyes are the only distinguishable feature. But it has like the funny like long arms when it like stretches out like purposefully, you know? As a detective, I have no idea what the right thing to do is. Well, that's only natural. It's not as though detectives do nothing but spout about absolute truths. It would be easy to give you a correct answer to spring you into action, but that's not what you're after, is it? It's your duty to agonize, to suffer, to learn the truth slowly. That's what a detective must do. Find answers within the pits of despair. Uncover the answer that's meant for you, Watto. I'll be here, watching over you all the while. The following day, we get up and eat a simple breakfast before the gathering before the cipher. It seems all three of these arrows can rotate. Maybe we need to angle them a certain way? Look, there's some writing above them too. It says, the answer is at hand. Maybe we use the arrows to make the solution somehow? At hand, Maybe they mean some kind of finger food. Pretty sure that's just your stomach talking. How would you indicate that using arrows anyway? Could the thing at hand be life? The Japanese character for life does resemble an arrow, after all. That's ominous. I guess you have a point, but I don't think we can write that character using these shapes alone. Up, down, right, left. Is it trying to use those words to tell us something? Ugh, I'm horrible at this kind of stuff. At hand may indicate that it's in this room, but looking around, I don't notice anything in particular. Am I just missing something? In this room. What a splendid interpretation. Might you fancy a sweep of the premises together, Teki? There's no need for that. Otherwise, at hand wouldn't make sense. So what is it then? We've got to consider another perspective. Think. Well, I never. A woman of my standing, Just leave him be for now. I'm sure he'll come up with something. At any rate, the tails of these arrows are awfully short. Such an unbalanced design. How characteristic of common folk aesthetics. Even common folk can handle drawing arrows, said the girl brusquely. Yeah, but these arrows are a bit strange. I wonder if their shape means something? Strange arrows? That's it! Eureka! Techie? Techie quickly produces his laptop, its keys clattering as he types. We watch him for a while until he proudly beams at us, wiping sweat from his brow. I figured out what's at hand. Is it food? Is it life? No, keep quiet, you two. Yeah, Gourmet and Renegade are way off, but it does refer to something specific, that's for sure. Huh? So it's something close by. Don't you get it, incompetent? It's something we can see right now. Something these 3 arrows could represent. Really? We can see it from here? The empty fucking room. Stop. I scanned the entire room thoroughly. There must be something plainly visible. Just try to see the big picture. You're not getting it because you're still thinking of them as arrows. Those arrows are just 3 different parts. But when you put them together, well... I look at the puzzle, trying to make sense of it in my head. Eventually, I begin to see something. It's... No. Sorry. I heard 3. I was like, maybe pyramid because there's 3? Clear your head and think it over. Okay, I can just... Yay, it's a cube! What? That's crazy. I can't believe I got it first try. Watto, me playing Watto is like, he's just standing here and he's like, Techie, I think it's a cube. Techie, I think it's a pyramid. Techie, I think it's a star. And then in the investigations, he's like, I think it was armor detective. I think it was bookworm detective. No, still not right. I think it was workaholic detective. Oh, ding ding ding. Ding ding ding. Oh, the 3 arrows form a cube. It's the shape of this room. Huh? Can you truly form a cube simply by joining these arrows? Ding, ding, ding! Here, try rearranging the arrows the way they're displayed on the screen. Oh my god, it's a fancy 3D cube. That's why I didn't get it. I can't picture that in my head. That's so fancy. Who do they think I am? And voila! See? Put them together and you get a cube. That's why their tails are shorter than usual, so they can create this shape. I beg your pardon. To think this was the solution? If you view them as arrows, it's hard to make sense of it. Good thing we had someone like Techie here to move them around on a computer screen. I'm positive the door will open if we push the panels while they're set up this way. Incompetent, would you mind doing the honors? Sure, I'll give it a try. I begin moving toward the cipher panels, but Renegade Detective blocks my path. Just a sec. Wasn't Tech the one who solved this puzzle? Why should you have to test it then? Seems a tad unreasonable, don't you think? Huh? I don't really mind either way. Quit picking fights, Renegade. Techie isn't physically able to turn or press the panels. Guess wrong and you may be met with some kind of trap or penalty. Are you still willing to be his guinea pig, knowing that? He's using his body as an excuse, freely passing off all the risk to somebody else. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. Stop it. Techie doesn't think that way, okay? I brush past Renegade Detective and approach the panels, pushing them without hesitation. With the satisfying sound, new passageways open up in the walls. See? He was right. Now get off his case. I'm not vilifying him. I was just a concerned party. Concerned about how tech unconsciously shifts danger onto others, that is, and how you and the rest of the detectives naively accept it. I'll gladly take on that risk. He's my friend. Shouldn't all of this go without saying? Let's move, Techie. Don't pay attention to him. It's all thanks to you that we solved that riddle, you know? Yeah. Ignoring Renegade Detective's words, I push Techie's wheelchair towards the open passage. Techie's expression remains troubled. No surprise considering all the awful things Renegade Detective said to him. I remember him picking on Techie in the dungeon, too. I'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure nothing else happens. Come, come! We shall navigate this maze in no time! Your trusted chief shall lead the way. Posh confidently marches into the passage alone, but the instant she disappears from our sight. Posh! No! Don't go any further! Uh-oh. 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 What? Ugh. Posh, you alright? I hurry ahead and catch up to Posh. Her eyes are wide and blood is dripping from her hand. Following her line of sight, I see droplets of red suspended in the air. No, wait. It's... There's some wire strung across here. This is the same wire saw that was used in the manor, right? Did Workaholic set this? Be careful. Wire saws have been installed all the way through this passage. We'll get badly hurt if we continue recklessly. 'Tis as though that underpass in the manor basement hath been mimicked to plague us anew. Maybe Workaholic was the one behind that too? No, that can't be. I won't believe it. Did he truly intend to kill us? Said the girl, unable to suppress the rage she felt towards the actions of her former ally. He probably knows something like this won't kill us. But what's his end goal, I wonder? Let's stay alert and keep going for now. The wires might not be the only trap we have to worry about. Tally-ho! At long last, my moment has arrived. I shall cleave through any obstacle that dares block our path. Wait, I know you're excited, Armor, but try to stay calm. Here, I'll join you up front. Armor rushes forward unceremoniously, slicing through one wire after another. I'm reminded of my first moments in Gorman Gost. Workaholic had been there, and I vaguely recall Doleful and Armor clearing the trap together. Like Gourmet said, I don't believe he's trying to hurt us either. So why set this trap? I recognize the scent on these wires. Just then, Gourmet speaks from right behind me, her eyes round as dinner plates. It's the scent of blood. What? But that means... Everyone, stop! The party goes still at Doleful's command. I look ahead, and my eyes catch something. A strange red shape. There's a figure of some sort further down the passage. My skin started crawling, the same as it did with the black SPX. Whatever that red thing is, it's definitely bad news. Beside me, Doleful's face has become drained of all color. Oh no. Oh no. It's just like when we ran into the black SPX. Could this be the red model that Workaholic mentioned? Let's retreat. Guys, keep your footsteps as quiet as possible. We shouldn't get any closer to that thing. But just as I'm about to start distancing myself from the red figure, I realize that it's getting closer and closer. We aren't making any sound, and no other SPX has been able to detect us from so far away. Did it really manage to spot us from this range? Eek! Everyone, run! I give the command before I can even think, and everyone breaks into a sprint at once. Then I hear a screech emanating behind us, one unlike any I've heard until now. The mechanical shriek rumbles through the passage. From our rear, I can make out the sounds of snapping wires and rolling rubber treads. The noises rapidly grow louder. I'm overcome by the threat of our immediate demise. A memory from 10 years ago suddenly pops into my head. Why am I recalling this now? Is this what it's like to have your life flash before your eyes? Unable to spare a glance behind us, we reach the front of the room where we stayed last night. If we can get inside and reset the panel, we may be able to close the door. But as it stands, there's no way we'll make it in time. Techie, can you analyze what the SPX is saying? There's a bit of a problem. No matter what I try, I can't get a read. The mechanical noise the SPX is making might be just that. Noise. Wait, you mean we have no way with dealing with it? But this maze and the SPXs within it were intended for child test subjects. Would they really include something that was impossible to take on? Huh? Techie? Why did you stop? Techie frantically tries to operate his chair, which has suddenly ceased moving. But it doesn't budge an inch. I used too much power analyzing the sound, and my wheelchair's battery died. Just leave me and keep going. Me and my friends will figure something out. Techie's voice is trembling. It's obvious he's lying. No one could take on an SPX alone. Techie! Sir Techie! Armor and I simultaneously begin sprinting to Techie's side. But the red SPX is already right behind him. We're not gonna get there in time. No! Stay where you are! If you come any closer, you'll... What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Can't go throwing out precious young lives. Don't you agree? Someone slips past Armor and I in a flash. He rushes to Techie, getting between him and the red SPX, and offers up his own right arm. I won't stand for some soulless machine killing my little pal here. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking slay, bitch! What the hell? He just fucking detonated the Yas grenade. What the hell? What in the world? Okay, girl. Okay. 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 That's awesome. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So there's a muffled sound, like tearing cardboard. Resembling a flurry of bright scarlet petals, fresh blood rains to the earth. A moment later, a flesh-colored object hits the ground. Renegade? That's right! Oh my god. Teki's voice snaps me out of my trance. I'm dizzy and unable to fully grasp what's happened, but soon find myself propping Renegade upright. Renegade, why did you... Come on, how many times do I need to say it? Renegade grins as he answers, his face bloodless and pale. Life is a precious, irreplaceable treasure. No way I'm letting that hunk of junk steal it from its rightful owner. Now, let's get back to the room. We'll need to regroup. Full metal drop kick. The SPX is toppled by Armor's flying kick, slipping on the blood-slick floor. If we're going to escape, now's our chance. I support Renegade while Armor pushes Teki's wheelchair, and we sprint with all our might. I mean, I'm starting to think it's intentional because he was really chill about having all of his ribs broken too. Like, this is just a normal Tuesday for him. Like, who even cares? Gourmet, how's Renegade? The sedative did its work. He's sleeping now. Losing an arm is quite the ordeal. It was my fault. I'm so sorry. There's nothing you could have done in that situation. It was our fault for moving so slowly. If only we'd reacted faster. Is that meant to be a jab at the rest of us for not noticing Teki's predicament sooner? The fact that we all survived is a miracle. Let's be happy about that, said the girl, entirely put off by the somber mood. Yeah, that's a good point. That red SPX, though, it had the most intimidating aura of all the mechs so far. If Renegade hadn't bought us time, all of us might be dead by now. I can't believe it sensed us over such a long distance. Could its tracking capabilities be higher than the other SPXs? It wasn't just the tracking that was superior. Armor, promise to speak up if you're hurt. Your leg is badly injured, isn't it? My nose clued me in. What? Armor's been hurt? Oh no. Oh no. I look at Armor's foot and see a deep gash in the metal. My mind shoots back to him kicking the SPX. Is that all it took to hurt him this badly? Apologies. 'Twas not my desire to cause you concern. Upon visiting the fury of my dropkick upon that knave, its villainous blade struck me. As you can see, it rent my tolerance asunder and cut my flesh. Even mine armor cannot withstand its ferocity. Its weapons are that powerful? Meanwhile, the black SPX couldn't even leave a scratch on him. That tomato red SPX is different. Even if armor jumps to our defense, I don't think we'll be able to hold it back. The gravity of it all hits me at once. That red SPX was truly something terrifying. If our paths cross again, we may not survive. What are we supposed to do now? Just gotta keep going, right? I thought Renegade had fallen asleep, but he suddenly springs to his feet. Renegade, shouldn't you get more rest? Sorry, but nah. My body only lets me sleep about 5 minutes. I rested my head and the bleeding stopped, so I'm all good. No more braid! Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Oh my gosh, Slay, no more braid. Honestly, if I like focus in on his face, it kind of looks like he has a bob, and I think that's cute. He says that, but his face still looks pallid, which is only natural, considering all of the pain and blood loss he suffered. I appreciate the thought, but enough joking around. We don't need to rush our escape. Oh, but we do. We definitely do. If Workaholic's the one responsible for that red SPX, we need to book it and stay on the move. He's gone berserk trying to stop me. That guy's already forgotten the weight of a human life. I realized that weight myself way back when I killed my dear mom. There are many ways to bear it, but justification is one I won't let slide. Whether detective or criminal, everyone ought to bear that weight responsibly, you know? Having mechs do your killing is distasteful, even disgraceful. And yet, you still want to go after him? Without even a hint of humor, Renegade Detective gives a single, deep nod. I, too, agree with Sir Renegade. We must learn the truth from Sir Workaholic. I suppose we must cross this bridge sooner or later. As we proceed, be aware that your very lives are on the line. Of course, anyone too fearful may remain here for help to arrive, because our next encounter shall truly be life or death. No one speaks up following Posh's comments. We all understand our position. If we can't make it through the passage guarded by the red SPX, we'll have no future to speak of. Our minds made up, we begin planning our strategy to defeat the red SPX. I reconfigured some of my existing friends and created this drone, Sneaky Peeky. The passages have been successfully mapped, so we should be able to track the red SPX's movements. Thanks, Techie. We can always rely on you. Now we can put our minds at ease a bit as we proceed. Ooh, it's shaped like a donut. How delicious. If the SPX is only moving in one direction, then we should let it pass and follow safely behind it, suggested the girl. I'm not sure it'll be so easy. That SPX has unusually strong detection capabilities. It may catch us if we accidentally get too close. What if we use Tech's drone to monitor the red SPX's movements and stay on the far side of the circle the entire time? That seems prudent enough. So long as we take our time, we should make it back to that back passage, which I imagine is the exit. It is, after all, a mere hunk of steel. With a total lack of adaptability, it stands no chance against us at our utmost. Yeah. What's wrong with me? This shouldn't be very dangerous at all. The denouement hasn't shown me anyone dying, either. So why does my chest feel like it's about to burst? Fear not, Sir Incompetent. Armor clasps my shoulders, an unwavering confidence in his voice. No matter what befalls us, I vow to protect you. Whilst I have been ever bootless thus far. Thus far. Next time shall be different. So take heart, and let us advance. I have faith in you, Armor. Alright, let's try Renegade Detective's idea. No sooner do I say this than everyone quickly finishes preparing to move out. He's designed with fan service in mind. Armor Detective. We use the mechanism to open the hidden passageway and proceed in a huddled mass. Armor and Doleful take point, as always. Techie, Bookworm, and Renegade Detective walk in the middle. Finally, Posh, Gourmet, and I bring up the rear. Techie operates the drone from his D-pad at the center of the group, scanning for the red SPX's location. We proceed inch by inch under his command. It's changed directions! Everyone, fall back! I feel like we're being toyed with, the girl said in aggravation. It must have some nasty programming to prevent its actions from being predicted. I'd love to chat with its maker. The red SPX shifts directions back and forth. Just a bit further, though, and we'll reach our goal. Everything's alright. We're gonna be fine. I'm so scared. Something so bad is gonna happen. Something so bad is gonna happen. I repeat this to myself like a prayer as we press on. Just a bit further. Just a bit further, and we'll all make it through this alive. Ooh. Renegade Detective's stump arm bumps into the wall. He quickly catches himself with his other hand. Those smirking emojis look so scary on OBS. They're like so threatening compared to a normal smirking emoji. His mild reaction makes me nearly doubt he lost a limb, but then I spy a streak of blood against the wall. It really was chopped off, no doubt about it. You okay? You seem fine, but that must have hurt. Guys, we're having a renegade detective moment, and all we can do is smirk? That's what we're gonna do? We're just gonna smirk the rest of the way through this? That's not okay, guys. Guys, that's not cool. Why would you do that? Guys, I can't believe you would do that. What? What? That's crazy. Worried about me? You're too kind. Get that emoji out of my chat. Now. Anyways. I'm used to pain. Even if I was lit on fire, I'd die without a single scream. Guaranteed. Don't say things like that. It's bad luck. Look, I'll be fine. Thanks for caring, though. If things get bad, I'll fling myself upon you while weeping up a storm. I find myself thinking about how this guy could probably laugh himself silly while burning alive. Oh, because he's so funny. At that moment, everything goes wrong. Everyone, run! The red SPX is accelerating! A metallic screech drowns out Techi's words. Its devastating voice is like a death knell. We waste no time wondering how it found us. Instead, we spring into action. We run on, barreling down the corridor in no time. Thankfully, there's still a good distance between us and the SPX. We should be able to make it to the next passage before it catches us. Techi, are you alright? Let me push you. Thanks. I switched my reserve batteries, but they aren't very strong. I'll help push, said the girl, following incompetent detective's lead. Heh. Well, we did promise to all make it out alive, didn't we? We keep going while helping Techi make up for his lowered speed. Dear God, it's just one thing after another. But right then and there... The hole in the ground! They're getting fucking trolled. They're getting trolled. Armor, stop! Gah! A pit hath opened in the floor. What? A trap? Now of all times? I say that, but chide myself inwardly. Part of me always knew this was a possibility. That's right. I was already aware that we might run into a trap. The simple, donut-shaped maze was suspiciously straightforward. Of course there would be some kind of pitfall to trip us up. And yet, I had blocked out that unpleasant idea. This is no time for daydreaming, Watto. You must seek a means of escape. Holmes calls out to me, and I shake off my thought of weakness. She's right. We need to find a way around this trap. Otherwise, we'll have no chance of getting out of here. It was the right call to bring some rope from the manor, just in case. Look, we can tie it to that pillar on the other side. One of us could attach it if they manage to get over there. The hole is about 5 meters across. Someone athletic might clear it with a running start, said the girl, sharing her objective opinion. Okay, I'll give it a try. My boss always did say I was in good shape. Wait, incompetent. I tossed a stone down, but I didn't hear it hit the bottom. That's how deep this hole is. And even from up here, the heat makes me sweat. If you end up falling in, you'll never make it. I have no choice. The SPX is right behind us. We're all going to die if someone doesn't do something. I despise putting my own underlings at risk like this, but there is no other recourse. I shall take up the rear guard. My affiance is with you, Sir Incompetent. Thanks, Armor. Okay. Here goes nothing. I move back from the side of the chasm. My heart is pounding. I have 5 meters to cover. If I get scared and make any missteps, it's all over. I like how Watto canonically has the jumping distance of Minecraft Steve. I just have to go. I sprint with all my might and jump just before reaching the edge. My eyes reflexively squeeze shut in terror. It'll be okay. I'm in good shape for the average person. I should be able to clear 5 meters. Now he's making me think he doesn't have the jump distance of Minecraft Steve. I can do this. I can. Ugh. I mess up my landing and roll across the floor. When I open my eyes, I see the ground. I'm alive. I didn't fall in. By some stroke of luck, I made it across. That was amazing, Incompetent! A fine leap, Sir Incompetent. Now, cast the rope unto us anon. Okay, I've tied it to the pillar. Catch, Armor. After fastening the rope to the pillar, I toss it to Armor across the way. He catches it, tying it around the pillar beside him. Alright, now we've got the rope spanning the hole. Can you make it with just one arm? No problem. Easier than scratching my back. Will you be able to manage, Bookworm? Would you prefer to ride on my back? Don't worry. I've already booked my trip, said the girl, politely declining. Okay, Bookworm, hold on tight. Aww. Why do I feel so defeated? The detectives grab the rope, crossing one by one. Guys, where's Techie? Guys, where's Techie? I see the red SPX down the passage, but there's still some distance between us. This is great. We're going to make it. Sir Techie? What ails you? I'm sorry. My hands are shaky. I don't think my arms are strong enough. Techie struggles to hold the rope, tears welling in his eyes. It makes sense. Techie's normally in a wheelchair. This must be especially difficult for him. I decide to cross over and carry him on my back. I'll be right there, Techie. Wait for me. The only problem is whether I'll be fast enough. I can already see the red SPX in the passage. We have to make it across before that machine catches us. It's a race against time itself. There. Sorry for the wait. Just hold on to my back, okay, Techie? Armor, can you use the leftover rope to tie us together? One moment. There is yet something I must do. Huh? Armor, why are you holding my chair? Were you not in tears a moment past, afraid of losing your wheeled chair, thus ceasing to be of use to our fine company? Fear not, Sir Techie. I shall safely bear your throne to the other side. Wheeled chair. Armor? Armor grabs Techie's wheelchair and slowly hoists it up. Blood drips from his wounded leg. That the strain would reopen his wound is only to be expected. Nevertheless, he heaves the chair aloft without even flinching. Armor, don't push yourself so hard. Just leave the chair. You, Sir Teki, unlike myself, have far more to contribute. Never shall I suffer you to lose your means of travel. The chair easily clears the 5-meter hole. Doleful and the others make sure to secure it. Good now. All that remains is to cross over. You, afore the rope is severed. I frantically scramble along the rope at his urging. Saving Teki's wheelchair, despite his own injuries, Armor truly is a selfless soul. Oh no, Armor! Oh no! Oh no! I hear a mechanical screech echo out behind me. The sound, in tandem with the rumbling of treads, rushes toward us. I glance back to see the SPX moving faster than any other mech we've seen. Damn it. At this rate, it'll reach us before we cross. Do not look back! Armor bellows. He grapples the SPX before it's upon us, stopping its charge. A sharp clang resounds through the passage. Armor? Sir Incompetent, you must escort Sir Teki to the far side. Make haste! I have been ineffectual to this very moment, but now my hour hath come. I shall protect you all. Now go! Mwah. Oh. Metallic clangs ring out as his armor collides with the SPX's steel frame. His suit is pierced, causing metal fragments to fly all around. My chest aches. What we're seeing right now could end up being the final shining sparks of Armor's life. Okay, just get over here as soon as you can, Armor. I keep my gaze forward, using the rope to pull us to the other side. We have to get across. If we don't, Armor can't join us. Somehow, we make it all the way to the end. Now, it's Armor's turn. Armor, get over here! At that moment, I hear the rope snap. The SPX struck it with its blade. The line goes slack, falling away from Armor. Just like that, the only way across is gone. It's only a matter of time before Armor... Armor! I won't let you die! My body moves without any input from my brain. Snatching up the broken rope, I fling it toward him as hard as I can. Armor! Grab the rope! I shout out to him as it sails through the air. Armor hears me and dives towards the hole, catching the end of the rope just as it's hanging over the center. The rope swings like a pendulum under Armor's weight, and a loud slam sounds out from below. The rope is still connected on our side. It doesn't drop any further. Armor! I rush to look down the hole, and as soon as I do... Gramercy to you, Sir Incompetent. Had you not bidden me to take the rope and join you, it would have slipped my notice. You truly are the man I thought you to be. A full-fledged detective through and through. Thank goodness. I'm so glad. My body goes limp with relief. I thought for sure I'd lost another friend. It's a good thing I was so quick to call out. I'm surprised at myself. The words left my mouth before they even formed in my head. Maybe it's all because of the denouement? If that's the case, then I have a whole new appreciation for this power. Are you okay, Teki? Doleful, Posh, thanks for all the help. I'm safely back in my chair now. My word, Armor has truly outdone himself. It's quite fortunate we still have Teki's chair. Let's continue moving before we get caught, the girl suggested, half apologetically. Yes, we should hold off on celebrating until we've made it to safety. Looks like there's another room up ahead. How about we rest there for a bit? Bookworm and the others start on their way. They're right. We can save the chatting for later. That ferocious SPX might even attack us from across the way. We need to move quickly and put some real distance between us and that thing. Teki, are you fine to keep going? I turn around to face him. Oh no. Then, it happens. The red SPX suddenly vaults into the air, clearing the gap. I barely see its treads kick off the ground, or more accurately, launch itself forward. It looks exactly like a grasshopper. There are no words to express my shock. It takes me a few moments to even grasp what's happening. The delay leaves a fatal opening. The SPX roars. Before I can even think about running, a blade darts out from its robotic exterior. It slashes at Doleful, its closest target. Armor shields Teki and the others. At the same time, he leaps towards the SPX, holding it back by its frame. The sound of grating metal finally snaps my body into action. What am I doing? I can't space out now. Armor, I'm on my way. Stay away from Armor. Get back. Doleful and I pick up rocks, flinging them at the SPX. Ugh. The blades slashing out from its exterior prevent us from approaching in any way. This isn't good. We're just flesh and blood. We can't risk getting too close. I've got to have some friend that can help. Any friend. Teki rummages through his pockets, but can't seem to find anything useful. His face remains grim all the while. The way things are looking, the red SPX is about to slaughter us all. Everyone, all will be well. I hear Armor speak. His voice is uncharacteristically weak. I am beyond succor. Leave me and press on. What? I see that one of the SPX's blades has pierced through his armor, burying deep into his chest. It had to have hit something vital. As if confirming my suspicions, blood drips off of his corselet. It can't be. As long as this blade remains lodged within me, I cannot flee this SPX. Yet, if it is removed, I shall surely bleed out. And so, I am left with but one choice. Armor draws the SPX in even closer. The chasm looms below them. Don't tell me. You're going to drag the SPX in there with you? Don't do it, Armor. I'm sure there's still some way we can save you. The SPX's blades flail in a total frenzy. They continue to slice at us, keeping us at bay. Ugh. Just hold on, Armor. Armor! All I can do is call out to him. I can't even get near the SPX, let alone fight it off. I feel utterly helpless. I'm disgusted at how carelessly I'd settled on this plan, assuming everything would work out in the end. Why, for all the use my denouement is, was I not able to predict this simple development? Sir Incompetent, Pray permit me a final confession. Armor takes another step, drawing the SPX closer. Once, there was someone I desired to protect. But then, she perished right before mine eyes. On that day, I too perished inside. He takes another step. The metal he wears grates noisily, but he doesn't stop moving. Thank you for relying on me. An empty shell who is armor in name alone. Full glad am I that I could ward my allies to the end. 'Twas a splendid life. What are you saying, Armor? We're going to beat this SPX, and then you're coming with. The SPX screeches as if in its final, dying moments. All of us instinctively cover our ears. That is, all of us except Armor, who presses on. The SPX's treads hang over the edge. Its massive frame tilts over, shaking violently. Armor begins to shake as well, attached by the blade piercing into him. They tip over, falling into the hole. Armor! I reach out with my hand, only to grab a fistful of air. Fare thee well, my friends. Armor and the SPX disappear into the abyss. I look over the edge in a panic, but all that's there is the yawning darkness. I never hear an impact. Nothing but endless black appears before me as I peer into the hole. Why did it have to go like this? It was all so sudden. His last moments went unseen, and his body will never be recovered. What a horrible way to die. How could something this cruel even happen? Armor! Armor! Please, Armor, come back! Teki shouts down into the depths, but no matter how much he calls out, there is no response. Over and over and over again, Teki's voice echoes through the tunnels, alone. I don't care how many times you protected us. None of it matters if you die, Armor. But of course, nobody replies. We've lost yet another irreplaceable friend. We make it through the passageway, arriving at a room identical to many others we've seen. This time, however, the mechanism has already been solved and the way is open, as if someone had just passed through. Looks like workaholic detective's already been here. Maybe so. My reply comes out curter than intended. The shock of Armor's death must be affecting me more than I realized. I just want this day to end. But this maze doesn't seem to be in a forgiving mood. Oh my goodness. An invisible SPX. Now, of all times. Eyes up, everyone. My words have everyone surprised. Myself included. It's like a switch flipped in my head the moment I sensed the SPX's presence. I realized that I really am becoming a detective. Armor entrusted everything to me. Now, more than ever, I need to lead everyone forward. We can't let this tragedy get the best of us. Invisible SPXs are drawn to sound. I'll distract it while the rest of you reverse this. Wait, drawn to sound? Just then, I realized something's nagging at me. Invisible SPXs track sound, while white SPXs respond to imagery caught on their cameras. Each model uses a different detection method. So how is the red SPX hunting us down? Its tracking capabilities were unusually keen. Incompetent, is your head in the clouds? We must respond to this SPX. Give us your instructions, quickly. Right. Wait, what? Posh, you're going to follow my orders? Ah, just this once. I'm sure it would aid as you grieve Armor's loss, after all. Our class distinctions mean nothing at the moment. Let us focus the whole of our efforts on survival. Yeah, you're right. Survival. That's our priority. But at the same time, I still want to figure out why that red SPX attacked us. As long as we're trapped in this labyrinth, ignoring that could be a fatal mistake. We've been through enough tragedies as is. You think we'll just back down? It's up to us to reverse this tragedy. Ah. I can't save, huh? I wanted to end here, but I just realized I can't save. Oh dear God. If I fail it though, I can go back. Okay, let's see. I will try. Is that an SPX? Okay. Don't mind me. No. We don't have armor anymore either. Oh God. Eek! Why is there a blood-soaked bandage here? Maybe it's renegade detectives? Bloody bandage. Eek! This info hasn't been logged yet, right? I gotta tell everyone, quick. This is the hardest investigation in the game. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh my gosh. I feel like he's never been intervenable until right now. His spray is so cute. What the hell? Who let it be that cute? Da, 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 da. His 10 movement speed. He likes to run. Oh, Renegade. Remember how we used to run. This info's making me tingle. Let's see how the others feel about it. Nobody asked. Nobody asked what that info is making you feel. Analysis complete. Sniffy Whiffy says that this bandage was attached to my chair. It must have some casual relation to the red SPX. Not seeing it was my fatal mistake. Oh, it's broken? His gay little turtleneck and loose hair. Yeah, no, I get it. Let's send her over here, and the next turn she could do that. And then Posh. That's a broken SPX. As in, I can do this, and I won't be killed. Watch me die immediately, first try, because I'm like not understanding. Okay. Eek! Everyone, look out! I sense an SPX closing in on us. right here. Dear God. Let's have her infer, and then we can have Watto assist. Hee hee. Oh, he needs to move one over. Sorry. He loves to assist. And then I guess we could have. Well, wait. She is about to get something, so we should have. There's bloody wires here, too? Usually, I'd say this is one of Workaholic's traps, but something about it doesn't sit right. Oh, look at them. Oh yeah, 12. Oops, let's see if there's anything for Techie to analyze. Yes, okay, cool. Right, because, yeah, Doleful's at 2. I want him to analyze, but I don't want him to die. Or I want him to inspect, but I don't want him to die. I feel like that might go for Gourmet, but... we need to do something about this thing. Oh, look at how it moves. The braid on the sprite is really cute, though, to be fair. This is Renegade's blood on the wires. What could have necessitated going through the trouble of placing his blood on them? This isn't just a simple trap. It must have served another purpose. Ah! So there's one right there, and there's one literally right next to Doleful. Oy. Let's get you out of here. Let's also get you out of here. Let's just move you guys. Inspect. Inspect before moving? Wait, is that true? Oh, yay, yeah, that's true. Totally forgot about that. Oh wait, I need to fix them so they do this correctly. Okay. This info is making me tingle. I don't need to say that every time. Sorry. Found it! SPX detected! Watch out! Oh, they got it. The white SPX relies on vision. The invisible one, sound. So from a meta perspective, I can guess what the red SPX tracks, the girl shrewdly deduces. Guys, let's get out of here. literally scatter. like where is it gonna go? Where can it go? And there's also one right here somewhere. So I kind of want to get her out. I want to just like map wide her to like a known safe location, like over here. Because I still have 7 turns left. Don't mind me, don't mind me. I feel like Doleful's gonna get like fucked up right here. Posh sprinting across the entire room, literally. Okay. There's nothing I can do here. That's okay. I'll just have him chill. I'll have him inspect, yeah. Oh god, please Doleful, please. Oh! Oh! Oh, wait. That was scary. That was really scary. But now, inference 1. Assistant synth. Oh, they could just get it. They could just get it together. Oh wait, no. I should have... Oh wait, no. I think it has to be them two that do it. I don't think anybody else is close enough. Unless... Yeah, she's not close enough. I think it has to be them. I don't think Gourmet is close enough. Oh! She's close enough to assist. Okay. So I'll do that and that. Oh wait, what's her inference though? I didn't even think about that. Her inference is 2 and Gourmet's assistance is 4. Okay, we're good. We're good with that. I need to infer. Please let me infer. Thank you. Cool. I'm just sorry about that. There was a loud noise in my house and I don't know what it came from. That was so scary. Oh my god, when I was like feeling like immersed in this game, that was so scary to hear. What in the world? Did any of y'all hear that? What was that? That was so scary. That made me feel like I need to turn on my lights. Whew. That like, oh my god, that scared me so bad. The red SPX is coming for me, literally what it felt like. You rust buckets are wholly unpleasant. Fall before my superior deductive prowess. Oh, I forgot to make him look. Oh wow, he got so much information. He loves information. If there's one thing about him, it's that he loves information. I kind of wanna... Hold on. I have a really stupid idea. I have a really stupid idea. This could fuck it all up if it doesn't work, but hey. Hey, it's okay. Watch this. Check this. This is the real strat. This is the real strat. We have to confuse them. We have to confuse them, okay? Please, please don't kill me. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. Look at this. Look at this. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Look at this. Fuck yeah. Based on its size, this is the charging station for the red SPX, which means this room is where it's normally stored. If that's the case, who lured it towards us? Inquired the girl. Oh gosh. Techie, you want to inspect or analyze? Oh, it doesn't need to be analyzed. Never mind, you don't want to inspect or analyze, that's okay. I'm gonna try and drag the thing into this like corner down here. And then I'll try to move them like back here. There's a strat. There's a strat. There's a strat, I promise. I promise there's a strat. I so promise there's a strat. I so promise. I so promise. I so promise. Well, that's okay. Oh, maybe I can move Renegade back. You're right. Let me try that. Aha! Oh my god. Oh my god. Teddy, you are the best at this game ever. You're crazy. You're fucking cracked at this game. Oh my god. You're literally cracked at this game. Literally cracked at this game. No machine is taking my life. You could have more malice, more love. Aw, and he looked so happy doing it too. Oh my gosh. That was so scary. That was so scary. Help. No, I'm just playing hide and seek, bro. I don't want Techie to be removed from the group. So, we're all just partying in here. Okay. Cool. Let's fucking go. Move. And then assist. And move. And then assist. Just assist spamming here. And then move. And then take a look. His spray is so cute. Oh, he can't even take a look. He's useless. You're useless. Oh, Posh has an assist score of 6. Well, okay. And I guess Doleful. Wait, oops. Right. You're so right. You're so right for that. Useless scruffy cat. Literally. You useless creature. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, look at this. Literally no sweat. Literally no sweat. Why did I have a harder time with the first one besides this one? I think maybe I just understood the mechanics a little bit better this time around. Oh, look at them. Oof, meetup. Yippee! Look at all of us. Look at all of us here. What? Oh my god. I was about to be like, what? The bloodstains here are way too deliberate. If they're meant to be signals for the red SPX, it'd explain why we've been chased the whole time. Do I need to have Techie analyze that, or can he? No. Okay. Whew. I did pretty good. Hey. I did pretty good there. Yippee. Wait, did I click on the residual thought? Wait, I'm so confused. I don't really understand the, like, concept of residual thoughts in this game. I just know that they're there. Having thwarted the SPX's assault, we continue on, arriving at what appears to be a landing area. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop there. I had enough riveting gameplay for tonight, and I had enough emotional roller coaster moments. Like, Workaholic came back, Renegade's arm got cut off, Armor died. Like, what was all of that? That was crazy. That was an insane, I think I just saved, so it doesn't matter. That was an insane, like, thing of gameplay we just did here. RTs only appear if you 100% the investigation just before it, and you missed a keyword maze. It happens to the best of us. So it goes. Hoo-wee! Hoo-wee! I will be back with more Process of Elimination tomorrow. Same time. Possibly Wednesday, same time. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. And then, this weekend, if we don't finish on either tomorrow or possibly Wednesday. I'm still kind of recovering from being a little bit sick, but, I'm getting over it. So I should be good to continue on. But thank you both so much for coming again. As always, it was wonderful to play and have fun and be silly with all the oofs today. I feel like today was a very like oof meetup type of story. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a very wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you very soon tomorrow with another Process of Elimination stream, since I'm a Process of Elimination streamer now, apparently. Okay, bye-bye!